Okay, I'm back with a reading. It's for a client. It's a love reading, so it's a kind of a general reading. So I'm going to take it basically from there. So key card is the letter. That's card of communication. So I do think there'll be some news from this man very soon. But I'm going to go back a little bit, and I see we have the mountain card. We have the fox and we have the fish. So the mountain is about he found the relationship a bit of a struggle. I'm sure you did too. He felt stressed because the mountain card appears, it's an uphill struggle. That's what I view that card as. So moving on, I see the fox. That's a cunning person. It's someone who is a bit sly and a bit devious, can also be very jealous. I don't know if you have someone in mind, but beside that card, we do have the fish card, and the fish card is a money card. So it could be someone at his job uh, that was a bit jealous of of him or of the both of you as a couple. I'm swaying towards it being a female, or this person was putting pressure on his finances. The fish card can be job, it can be money, that sort of thing. So, uphill struggle to do with cash, and this fox being a person who's in the background, who's sly, jealous, cunning. But this person has something to do with his money or his job. That's what I'm picking up here. But moving on into the here and now, what I'm seeing is the rider card, or the cavalier, should I say. That's a card of news. It's not normally bad news. I think it more sways towards good news. Uh, on the moon, that's news from him, obviously, because the moon card is a card of. And I see that I think the two of you are actually good together. I think you've found the person that you really connect with. You truly love this man. Uh, that's a card of soulmates, twin flames. So I think you're going to get communication, because I do have the letter beside that again. So those are two cards of communication. Uh, Although when I see the letter, I think that it's something written. I'm thinking maybe like an email or a text message. Uh, so moving on, I'm seeing the mice card, then the clover, and then the child. So the child, that is pointing towards naive behavior or childlike behavior. And I think that's a big issue in this relationship. If someone was a little bit childish, and I don't mean that in any disrespect at all. I think someone was a bit childish with regards to how they handled the relationship. And this childishness is bothering them to this day. This is the mice card. The mice is, when you see the mice in a reading, it's something that is just chewing away at a person, that it's really bothering the person, if that makes sense. So the childishness, I think it just nibbled away at the relationship until it finally broke. So reading on the corner cards, the child and the mountain. So the childishness was part of this uphill struggle, and the mice and the fish. The Yeah, I'm picking up again that this is something to do with money. I don't know if that resonates with you, but those are my corner cards. I'm going to look into more of these, the Norman cards, at the very end, so we can do 5 cards of these. I did look at some of my oracle cards, so the first card I was, am I reading these the right way? No, I'm not. The first card out was vulnerable. So, are you feeling very vulnerable at the minute? Uh, the next card, solitude. A period of being alone, feeling alone. Then we've got a barrier. And then we've got a dark-haired woman. And we've got patience. And then we've got good news. So it's quite interesting. And then I did look at some of my what are these cards called? Trust Your Vibes. They're oracle cards. These cards are they're more like spiritual, if you know what I mean. So first card it was laugh, and then I've got aura cleanse. So I don't know if you're into any forms of spell work or anything like that. If you are, I would do like a little cleansing bath. Even if you don't have appropriate herbs or anything like that, I always say put a little sea salt into your bath, or put some sea salt on the base of your shower. Negative energy cannot cross salt, so that's something to think about. Get grounded and accept the gifts of the universe. So, and I did pull some from another oracle deck. Let me see what it's called. It's the Wisdom of Avalon, I think. So the first card that came out was protection. And then I got the bee. That's a card of luck and sweet victory. It's a good card. And then I've got the serpent, which is knowledge and healing. Interestingly enough, you would think the serpent would be something quite nasty, but not in this deck. And I've got the Grail Knight, romance, and seeking the sacred. The dragon is a card of power and strength. And then finally I've got love. So again, these cards are quite interesting. They're a bit different, but I like to put them into a reading because I think they give a lot of insight. Right, so I'm going to shuffle the Lenormand cards, and I'll draw a few more, and I need to focus a little bit on these cards. We'll come back to you. Okay, I had another look. I pulled 3 more cards out. Interestingly enough, the fox popped up again with the coffin and the stars. So again, the middle card is the card that is the most important, and the stars is a card of, I think of it as wishes coming true, things coming, coming to you that are good, especially in the love reading. But I want to focus on these 2 cards. The fox and the coffin. So the coffin is all about endings, death. So the fox, that person's influence will go. So I don't know who that person is. You may have an idea, but that person's influence on the situation will go. So that's what I'm saying there. So and we've got the stars, and the stars. Like I said, it is quite a good card to have. It's can be a card of wishes coming true, things like that. So it's not something. The fox is not someone I would worry a lot about. So I think it's just someone in the background who's a bit jealous. But that influence will go. I looked at as well. I looked again with regards to what's going on with him and why things ended. I pulled a further 5 cards. I'm seeing the key card being the child again. That is the reason why things went the way they did. It's still pointing towards behavior that was quite childish. I'm seeing the letter again. That letter is popping up again. The birds. That's chatter and I don't want to say gossip, but you're going to hear something from him. I've even got the rider over here, so that's a card of communication. But it's all to do with someone being childish in this relationship, someone being a little bit childlike. Um, I did look at a few more oracle cards. Introspection deck. The first one out was anger, followed by failure. Whether he feels a failure or whether you feel a failure, I'm not sure. Spite, stubbornness, courage, harmony, grace, delight, and peace. So I think in the fullness of time, things will work themselves out. I think I need to look uh, through these again. If we could do a little bit of a look into maybe the next 6 months or so, and we can see what pops out. Okay, looking at the next few months. So I see the whip, the whip and the bouquet and the sun. Uh, Sun is a card of happiness, along with the bouquet again, happiness and love. But there's going to be the element of there's always going to be that um, trust issue with regards to him. I think in the background, the whip card tells me that he's always going to be um, beating himself up over something. Uh, or he's always going to be nitpicking with regards to you, I think. Then I've got the storks, the heart, and the woman. Your main card is the heart, which is a good card. It's a card of fulfillment and love. And the woman is you, of course. It will be difficult. I see down here the rider again. That's a card of I think it's relatively good news. And again the moon. That's a card of you know you and this guy. I think are very I still think you're good together. It's just like I said. There's been a bit of behavior that's been childish that has sort of tainted the relationship, so to speak. The mountains here, that's an uphill struggle, like I said before. So it's going to be an uphill struggle, but if you put a lot of work into it, uh, things can recover. In time, things will recover. So I see the sun and the moon again. Quite a good card. Uh, I'm saying the rider and the whip. So I think he'll probably tell you. He'll tell you that what happened really hurt him because I think he's having issues dealing with what happened, if you know what I mean. So I think that's what's at the back of it is that he can't deal with the fact that you were maybe with other people. I think that's always going to be uh, that card. I think that's always going to be at the back of his mind until he finally moves on. I think he will move on from this. I don't think it's always going to be there, but it won't be. It won't be easy. I think the two of you would need to have a good sit down and get it all out, get everything out into the open. But I do think you're going to hear from him. I do think you will give it another try with him. But like I said, it won't be easy. You know, relationships aren't easy no matter what way you look at it. I don't think he cheated on you, in my opinion. I don't think he cheated on you. I can always check via the pendulum. I just don't think he did that. But like I said, the reading it looks as if you will reunite with him in the next six-ish months or so. Again, timelines are a bit strange. Nothing is cast and set in stone. If you know what I mean, things can change. But I think it will be difficult. But if you two of you really do, buckle down and work on things and remove that childlike behavior, which is the issue, I think you have a chance at this, definitely. Obviously, women, I understand women, when they don't get the attention, they will seek it elsewhere. Not, not all women, but you want to be loved, and you just want someone to give you that attention. And then the person that you're with is not doing that. Obviously, you're going to find it elsewhere, and I think he's hurt because of that. If you look at it from his perspective, it's understandable. Not to worry. What's done is done. But as for him cheating, I don't think he cheated on you. No, but we'll see. I'll just ask this pendulum if he cheated. Steady it up a bit. No, he didn't cheat. That's what this is saying. I'll just say, does he still have feelings for you? I know he does, but let's just ask. I'll just try again. I'm just going to say your name into myself. Yeah, he still has feelings. With hard work and determination, can the relationship work? Will the relationship work? Yeah. Yeah. Your relationship will work if you put your mind to it and, make the commitment to each other to stay faithful to each other through, all the ups and downs. Don't run to anyone else. Just, focus on each other. If there's any issues, talk it through, etc. That's really what I have at the minute. If you have any other questions or anything for me, I can get back to you if you want me to. If you have anything specific, because I know this reading was very basic. If there's just anything you want to ask me, come back to me and I can always check for you. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, just in case you want to get back to me. For everyone else, I'm available to do these readings if anyone's interested. But for the client in question, yeah, just I do feel he'll contact you. I think it'll be in the next few months. But please do your best to work at it really hard and be very open with regards to, just be so open with him. And even though there might be a few hurdles and stuff, you'll be okay. So I do think the relationship will work itself out. Just stay committed to him, and we'll see how things go. And do get back to me. I'd love to hear your feedback, or if there's any specific questions you want to ask, come back to me and I can have a look. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, and I'll talk to you all again soon.